The most courageous thing an actor can do is go to an audition. An actor's 2 to 3 minute audition monologue is arguably his best work. It is the sampling that demonstrates his skill to a producer or director or casting agent, and very often it makes the difference in being cast. Yet this ace is never played before an audience. I invite you to visit with 6 characters drawn from the pages of contemporary and master playwrights and brought to life by a remarkable group of actors.
Welcome to Monday Night Monologues, an Actors Arena. I'm your host, Domber Sabato. I'll act as your guide, a storyteller of sorts, telling you everything you need to know and delivering you to the moment of monologue. Surviving an audition is very often a matter of 10, 20, 30. The first 10 steps, the first 20 words, and the first 30 seconds. An example of persistence and excellence, Kumar is a gifted and generous performer. Carry On Jeeves is a P.G. Wodehouse classic. It explores the relationship of 2 extraordinary gentlemen living in London.
Sometimes of a morning, as I've sat in bed and watched Jeeves flitting about the room and putting out the raiment for the day, I wondered what the deuce I should do if the fellow ever took it into his head to leave me. The thing, you see, is that Jeeves is so dashed competent. Bully pirates, who had been known to press his trousers sideways, knee-deep in the bouillon. I gave up running my own affairs within a week of his coming to me.
It takes a special skill set to execute comedy. An actor must have instinct, timing, courage, and a funny script. Patricia Durante is a theatrical wonder, an extraordinary performer with extraordinary instincts. In this next monologue, Lady Bracknell interrogates Jack Worthing, determining his suitability.
Mr. Worthing, I have always been of the opinion that a man about to be married should know either everything or nothing. Which do you know? What is your income? Do you smoke? How old are you? Are your parents living? Lost? Both? Mr. Worthing, to lose one parent is unfortunate. To lose both seems like carelessness. Good day, Mr. Worthing.
Kerry O'Byrne brings a quiet intensity to the stage. He has that dry swagger of a 1930s, 1940s movie actor. Prospero intends to renounce his magic. This is his retirement speech.
Ye elves of hills, standing brooks, lakes, and groves, and ye that stand on the sands with printless foot, and do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly and back. I'm buried certain fathoms deep in the earth, and deeper than ever did plummet sound, I'll drown my book.
An audition is an emotionally draining, artistically courageous, necessary piece of the business. It takes heart. Sharon Spitz has heart. Sharon's flesh and blood portraits are profoundly moving. In the times of the Vietnam War, military messengers hand-delivered heartbreaking telegrams.
When it comes, you think it's going to be a terrible surprise and that you'll tear it up or wad it in a little ball or scream or that you'll go insane or at least cry. But you don't. I went out in the backyard and sat down in the grass under the tree. And I thought back to when we had this dog, this Irish setter. Her name was Ginger. Seems stupid to be thinking about an old dog at a time like that, but that's what I was thinking. One day she got sick and I had to take her to the vet. I never saw Ginger again. She died, and I guess they threw her into an incinerator someplace. You know, I never cried until that day in the backyard. And I don't know if I was crying for Ginger or for my son.
He's a form-fitting, shape-shifting, ever-believable chameleon. Ray is the consummate character actor. In Mambo Quasimodo, Stephen Tannenbaum puts his character on a nightclub stage to deliver his monologue. And what's more, the man's a hunchback.
It's always the ones you like that die. John, not Paul. Bobby, not Ted. Buffy, not Jody. My mother, not my father. In an instant, without any effort, I can see her lying in her hospital bed, languishing like a blow-up doll. Wasn't scared. I walked right up to her. She smiled and she spoke, but her words came out all garbled. Hey, Dad, Mom talks funny. And she grabbed me with her bony fingers and she turned me to face her one more time. And she took my hand in hers and she brought it up to her lips and she kissed it. A little bit of the water from her eyes dripped on my fingers. My father nudged me and said, "Kiss your mother and say goodbye." "Bye, Mommy." My father told me that I shouldn't worry, that I would forget all of the bad times and only remember the good times. He should have told me that only the ones you like die. I would have tried harder to remember.
Actors must audition for every job. It may be the only profession. Not doctors, not lawyers, not builders. Oh, your references are extraordinary. Let's see you build a shed. Chelsea DePilla is a passionate young lion, hungry by nature. She is a delightful young talent. In Vital Signs, Jane Martin introduces us to someone who has learned life lessons the hard way, by making mistakes.
I had me a pet iguana, silver, green. I tied a red bow on him because he moved so fast. I started dating this guard dog trainer. Was a Vietnam vet, real nice and reserved. I met him at the fairgrounds at a fishing game show. He had forearms as big as my waist. He wore a shoulder holster, even in bed. We'd fool around all day, listen to Grateful Dead tapes, drinking pina coladas. holes everywhere in the trailer. An iguana on every flat surface of the room. I think you got him, I said. I never bothered to replace the iguana. There's just certain things you should have known because of the way the world is. And there's certain things you shouldn't do either. But I'm not getting into that.
We're going to turn the house lights up and open the room to some questions.
What is it that drives you?
Are there any parts that you really hope to play someday?
Why are you barefoot tonight?
How close is your personality to that of the character that you played tonight?
What's the worst part of auditioning?
How do you choose a monologue?
How do you handle rejection?
I drink.
What was the answer? What was the question?
It's a very small microphone.
So if you come up to me in the bathroom, I'll do it again.
Captain Kirk, Star Trek.
I don't have an iguana though.
I do Australian, I sound Korean.
You know, it's all this till you jump.
I still drink though.